Okay, so he may not be zooming in from the North Pole, but he is a master of the ski pose. DJ turned alpine skier Benjamin Alexander is representing Jamaica in the 2022 Winter Olympics. He's at home now in Northamptonshire. Northamptonshire. How you say it, Ben?
Northamptonshire, yes. I actually just left Santa's residence. I was in Lapland a month ago training.
Oh, so you're close by. Tell Santa we said how to do when you see him again.
Morning,
Welcome
Benjamin.
to the show. Good to have you.
Morning.
What they call
Thank
you?
you for
What they
having
call you? Benji?
Exactly, yeah. I think people get a bit lazy with the 3 syllables, so Benji is enough.
Yeah, are you lucky? It could have just been Ben, because, but good to have you. Wow, so you're headed to the Winter Olympics in February. First of all, let's establish your Jamaican connection. You're of Jamaican heritage. Who was born here?
My father was born in Westmoreland.
Okay, and you spent quite a bit of time here as well.
Yeah, last year I was there for almost 100 days. I got to explore the entire country. Unfortunately, it was locked down, but got to see where my grandparents lived, where my father was born, and explore the entire coastline. I absolutely loved it.
Very nice. So this is an interesting journey you've been on. Troubled kid in school. They found out you're actually gifted. You went and studied, then you became a DJ, then you stopped DJing because it was too dangerous, and then you started skiing 6 years ago?
Yeah, that's kind of the path. I stopped DJing because it was too dangerous. Then finished university, went into finance, worked in finance in Hong Kong, started DJing again, then became a professional DJ for 10 years, and then started skiing 5 years ago, and retired from DJing 3 years ago.
Oh, me can't. Come on now,
Benji,
Ben. I'm tired, Ben.
First thing I want to ask, Benji, is how can DJing be dangerous? What, the record cut you on your hand or something?
Yes.
Oh, the clubs, man. Those clubs were festive.
No, yeah, there were just lots of violence in the type of music that I was playing, lots of gunfights and knife crime, and it wasn't a pretty time in that music space that I was in. So I decided to focus on my studies and graduated with an engineering degree from one of the best universities in England.
Actually, I kind of knew the story. I was just kind of teasing it. When you said DJing was dangerous, and any young person listening and say, I don't want to be a DJ, that gentleman said it's dangerous. Why and how did you get involved in skiing? And again, we know the story, but tell us in your words.
Yeah, I'll share for the viewers, of course. So I was invited to DJ at a heli ski lodge in Canada in Christmas of 2015, so exactly 5 years ago, and I saw my friends do this thing, and I just thought this looked like magic, like they were superhuman. And I decided right there and then that I wanted to be a part of this, that I wouldn't come back as just a DJ, that I wanted to come back and ski with them. And so it was 2 months later that I was back in Canada, that I got my first lessons. That was February of 2016, and I've been hooked ever since, basically.
How do you get from first lesson to representing a country in 5 years?
A lot of practice. I have skied over 450 days in the last 2 years, and the only reason that number is not closer to 750 is because the Southern Hemisphere has been closed for us because of the pandemic. So I haven't been able to ski in Australia or Chile because of it. So yeah, I've been practicing a lot. I have all of the cuts and bruises and scars to show for it as well.
No broken bones though, right?
Fortunately not. Cracked ribs, but no broken bones.
Cracked ribs.
Oh my gosh.
What, you ran up into a tree or something?
Yeah, good guess. Exactly that.
Seriously?
Yeah, let's just say man against tree. Tree always wins.
Did you have to qualify for the Olympics? And if that is so, what kind of qualification did you do? Do you qualify from, well, you can't qualify from Europe because you're representing Jamaica, right? So how did you qualify?
Yeah. So I have a Jamaican passport and I'm able to qualify anywhere over the world. I'm still in the qualification process. I have 3 more weeks left to go. We actually just made history yesterday in that we hosted the first ever Jamaican skiing national championships in a country in Eastern Europe called Montenegro. So that was the first time that had ever happened under the Jamaican flag. And I believe maybe 4 or 5 athletes from other nations such as India and Taipei qualified for the Olympics at the Jamaican National Championship. So that was great. And I'm still on my way to get there. So I have a lot more races before the deadline and I'm still working hard at it.
All right,
So
sports department needs to be
Yeah,
listening.
sorry, so you haven't officially qualified yet? Is that what you're saying?
Not yet. I'm on the cusp of qualifying.
Okay, fantastic.
So
Well,
Ben, tell us about your event now. We were talking about it earlier. The speeds, the difficulty. What is your event actually?
Right. So my event is called Giant Slalom. So we put on these 2 planks on our feet for people that have a rough understanding of skiing. We try to go as fast as possible down pretty much sheet ice around these panels or gates that are set in our way to make the course really complicated. We're hitting speeds of up to 60, maybe 70 miles an hour. So for the people that haven't had the opportunity to do that, next time you're on the highway in Jamaica, wind down the window and put your hand outside and just get a feeling for how fast that feels. And that's what we're doing just with the forces of gravity.
wow. What about your competitors? Do you know who you're going to come up against and how comfortable are you with that? And are you going to be on the podium, son?
Well, look, all of my competitors started skiing at the age of 2, and they've been race training since the age of 5. I started skiing, as we just said, 5 years ago, aged 32 and 38 now. And so I hope that my story, like the bobsled team in '88, can be inspirational to help other Jamaicans to go towards the Olympic dream in skiing as well. So my story is all about participation, but I hope in the future, and I've already earmarked some Jamaicans that I think could be podium sitters in the future. I hope that we can get on a podium in the next Olympics or an Olympics to come.
You spoke about bobsled, and you're mentored by someone who was in that, right?
Exactly. So Dudley Stokes, an absolute legend, the pilot of the original 1988 bobsled team, of course, immortalized in the movie Cool Runnings, is my mentor. We speak every couple of days. He's incredible. I'm so happy to have him on my team.
Yeah.
This sounds like another movie in the making, doesn't it?
It
has all the trappings of a.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Yes, it is. Is it the rush for you, Ben? Is it the adrenaline? Is it the what is it about this?
Not
Ben.
Ben.
We can't do the 2 syllables.
I mean, I think you guys have done a lot of reading into my backstory. You keep nailing everything with your first guess. I love the speed. There's something so addicting about going at those speeds, as I said, 60, 70 miles an hour without the steering wheel and without being inside the metal container of a car. And just that force of speed with nothing but you standing on 2 planks. It's exhilarating, very much so. I get so much out of it.
We have to run. We're up on news. Great to meet you.
Yeah, man.
All the very best for the holiday season. Hail up everyone in the family for us, and good luck in your qualification. And hopefully we'll see you on TV, and I'll say, that's Benji right there. I know him well.
Hey, Ben.
And hopefully you won't run into any trees or
Ben,
anything like that.
No trees, no trees.
Look after yourself, my friend. God bless you and your family.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Merry
man.
Christmas.
Nice to
And
meet
to you
you.
too. All right, Alpine skier, currently in the qualification process of representing Jamaica in the 2022 Winter Olympics, which comes up in February. It's in Beijing, right?
Yeah, yes it is.
Benjamin Alexander.
AKA
All right,
Ben, AKA Benji.
stay with us. Our Christmas Eve show continues after News in 5. The second edition starts right now.